Thank you so much. I'd like to invite Bob Fu, founder and president of China Aid, to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Frank, for the leadership on this issue. Thank you, Congressman Frank Wolf, for your steady leadership on this issue to highlight the religious persecution around the globe. I just want to really ask a few questions to this particular law firm, Square Patent Box. Lawyer Wang Quanzhang, who was arrested, disappeared, secretly tried, and secretly sentenced almost 4 years ago. No family member, not a single his colleague or lawyer that his family hired had ever seen him. Nearly 4 years. And his wife had been persecuted, dragged, and even beaten for simply asking, "Where is my husband?" Lawyer Gao Zhisheng, a twice nominated nominee of Nobel Peace Prize, was disappeared again in August 2017, nearly 2 years already. Nobody knows where he is being held. These are just lawyers, your fellow lawyers, Square Patent Box, your fellow lawyers. How could you beautify a communist regime, a Chinese regime, when your fellow lawyers like Wang Quanzhang and Gao Zhisheng were brutally treated, tortured like this? Pastor Wang Yi, for simply preaching a simple message of the gospel of Jesus Christ, along with over 300 of his congregants since December 9th, were detained, arrested, and so far we already documented among the 300, clearly including Pastor Wang Yi and his wife, over 80 of them were physically, mentally tortured under videotape in order to record their false confession against this Presbyterian house church pastor with whom President Bush met in 2006. Pastor Zhang Cao received 7 years imprisonment for simply setting up 16 schools for 2,000 children in the Burma area of Kachin for these minority groups. 7 years as a Chinese American pastor. Catholic bishop from Hebei, Bishop Su Zhiming. Where is Su Zhiming? After he was arbitrarily imprisoned since 1997, the last time he was seen in public or in a hospital was 2001. Since then, totally disappeared. Nobody has seen him live or death. This 42-year-old mother of two, Saira Guli, from Xinjiang, a Kazakh minority from Xinjiang, had to escape to Kazakhstan in order to reunion with her 2 children and her husband after being forced to a concentration camp in Ili and witnessing 2,500 Kazakhs on that concentration camp alone. She's a Communist Party member. She's a civil servant. She could not bear that. For 4 months, she was there as an instructor. And for the first time, our reporter was able to interview her. The horrible, horrible stories. Of course, as Congressman Wolf just mentioned, the war against the faith launched by President Xi Jinping has been marked as the worst year has reached the worst year in 2018. For the persecution against the Protestant Christians alone, according to our own report, last year, over 1 million Christians were under intensive persecution. And among them, at least 50,000 we documented as physically and mentally tortured. That's a real, dramatic increase compared even to the year 2018. Google has a motto used to be called, "Don't be evil." And then they changed to "Do the right thing." So I want to really ask the Square Pattern folks and anyone, any politicians, any other PR firms in this town, ask your conscience. Really ask your conscience at night when you hear these stories, like you just mentioned, and my colleagues, friends who are going to mention later on. We're not asking you, really, even at this time, to do the right thing in that sense, because you are trying to make some money, but just don't be evil. Don't be embedded with the evil when they are practicing such horrific crimes against humanity. A genocide is clearly happening in Xinjiang. So that's the thing I just want to ask the leaders from Square Pattern folks to do. I hope your conscience, and I hope God, who continue to inspire, will make you make the right decision to do not do evil. Thank you.